So for this assignment, I decided to take a closer look at the apartment complex I live in, which is a large gated community divided into a bunch of sub-communities. This is my first apartment, and it has been the best experience so far. I even just recently renewed my lease, and the community is well maintained. It's in an ideal location, despite the fact that it's far from my family, and the amenities are really there to simplify our lives. The amenities are the most outstanding asset, I would say, to our neighborhood. It's what really sold us when we were looking. We have a gym here with a yoga studio and a rock climbing wall, an on-site restaurant. We have valet trash, so we can really just put our trash outside the door and someone will pick it up every night. We have a playground that has a bunch of hammocks, a volleyball court, a soccer field, and we have swimming pools and hot tubs in each community as well. And my personal favorite is they have a study lounge and there's a printer down there. So I've utilized that a lot. And they really thought of everything to keep people entertained and happy within the community. At first, one of the biggest challenges I noticed was the delay in maintenance services, which was supposed to be available to us 24/7. For example, I'm notorious for breaking the garbage disposal because I accidentally turn it on when there's stuff down there. Anyways, luckily for us, requesting maintenance is extremely easy. We can just go on the app, explain the problem, and they send someone out to us. But when we first moved here, this request took months for them to complete. I eventually had to call and resubmit my claim and everything. And the cherry on top of this was that when I was reading the apartment reviews, this was a common issue. So that was unfortunate. But fortunately for us, they fixed the problem shortly after we got here by hiring more workers, and now we can make a request and get the issue fixed within a couple hours to a day's tops. And as for the most striking aspect, it would probably be the private lake and marina with paddle boats and kayaks and bikes that we're able to rent in the summer. It's features like these that really promote a healthy lifestyle and get people out of their homes. There's even a couple occasions last summer where we rented some of the bikes and rode it to King Soopers and picked up our groceries. We've also tried to make it a habit to go to the lake and see the sunset, and a lot of the other residents seem to do the same thing because it's always packed down there. And I'm grateful to have all this outdoor entertainment basically as a backyard. And before this current pandemic, the most unexpected aspect of this community is how many residents are employed here as well. We could see front gate staff, they'll walk into the community after their shift, or when we first started looking at the place here, the resident director told us how much she loved living here. And after conversating with maintenance workers, we learned that a lot of them live here as well. So that's reassuring because it demonstrates how much the apartment management really provides for the residents. And thankfully, this pandemic has further proved that theory because they have offered us multiple alternatives when it comes to paying rent. We can set up a payment plan and they give us the full freedom to advocate what will work for us and there's no questions asked. They also said that we can use a credit card to pay rent and they'll pay for all the fees that come with that charge. So this reduces a lot of stress for people that we have no control over. And they also closed the gym and all the free classes to protect us, but in return, they have set up a virtual class with the instructors in the comfort of their own homes. And honestly, now that we're talking about it, I should probably see when the next one is. Overall, I can tell this pandemic is affecting our community because more people have been out playing, fishing, walking the lake, and it really puts into perspective how many people are actually being affected by this, having to stay home and possibly not make any income. Ultimately, this assignment pushed me to analyze resources that I didn't have to consider since being here, and that was a huge takeaway for me because something that's not even a thought in my mind can be the most significant dilemma in someone else's, and that shows we're not walking the same paths in life. So where's the grocery store and how can I get there, or how are my kids going to get to school, or how can my kids do homework if I can't afford Wi-Fi? These are typical concerns that low-income households have to deal with, and it demonstrates the additional barriers they have to face. So knowing how hard life is and unknown life can be, I'm glad there's a community that's located within walking distance of multiple shopping centers, and there's a bus stop right outside our gate, so if anyone needs to go further, and best of all, it's really affordable. So I'm just gonna remember how much people might rely on these resources, and if I'm ever in the situation, and they can help lessen someone's burden.